Sitting here with IndyCar legend, and honestly, this is kind of a big moment for me because this is the guy that I rooted for when I was a kid. My walls were covered in AJ Foyt stuff, so I'm kind of lost for words here right now. But AJ's had a great record at Pocono. Always been a good friend of our family and Doc and Rose, and you know, are you kind of excited to see Pocono back on the IndyCar schedule?
But no, I'm really looking forward. I was very sad I wasn't there last year. It looked like we was running pretty good. And that's, you know, at Pocono, I've always looked forward to going there. My mother and daddy used to love to go, and they'd be with your parents, you know, grandparents rather.
Yep.
But I'm really looking forward to being up there.
Well, we're looking forward to you staying healthy and getting up there and coming to visit us this year.
Yeah.
So I know Doc Rose was sad she missed you last year, and she's excited to see you come back up this year. So
Well, we're going to be there.
Standard Graham Rahal. So one Pocono race under your belt. As the kid
Absolutely.
growing up in this sport, what do you think of that track? Not as a driver, but as a person, as a, you know, that kid that drove the car.
First of all, it's a cool track. It's a beautiful place. I think most of all, it's a great place, a great place in this country to go see it and visit. And you know, one of the most beautiful tracks I think that we could go to. I loved it though. You know, we didn't have the best car there last year, but I genuinely enjoy the track. There's something so unique and fun about it that I mean, we put on one heck of a show. And I'm excited to go back there and be a part of it.
But I'm excited to get back to Pocono too. Pocono was a fun event for us last year, and really cool to go there. I've heard a lot about that track before we ran, and just ended up being a good event. So I think this year's going to be cool. It's going to go by fast, but it's going to be a great year for everyone.
So take the driver hat off, and just some crazy kid who got behind a wheel of a car. Explain the first time you went around Pocono, what that felt like, just as a kid in a car.
Pocono is the trickiest place I think I ever have driven.
Tricky triangle.
It's very tricky. You know, if you're going to think of it, it's like combining 3 tracks into one. So, you know, anyone that's never driven around that place, you're literally driving 3 different circuits on one circuit. It's really weird. So it's kind of cool in a way because every corner you get to, it's a different track, and you have to adjust your settings every corner. So it just keeps you on your toes, makes it very difficult. You know, it's very, very tricky to drive. It's not consistent, and that's what makes it fun. You know, you're working I've never worked so much inside of a race car. You're always doing something inside the car, which is different than anywhere else.
I tell you, turn 1 at Pocono is one of the most impressive corners I've ever driven, and it never got old throughout the whole race. So huge G-forces, a lot of load through the steering wheel. It was impressive. Every time getting down there, it was impressive.
I think the biggest thing is not getting into turn 1, but when you come out of turn 3 and you look down that straight and you can't hardly see turn 1 because it's so far away and it's so wide. It doesn't take long to get there, but just the sheer size of it when you're out there, it's like even getting up to speed, doing 180, 190 miles an hour, it still just feels big.
And I could never understand when Mario and Michael and Andretti used to tell me how fun that place was. And I would say for the kids that are growing up, maybe when you hear a go-kart track or a racetrack that a lot of people had a lot of success and had a lot of history, and you've never been there, and you get there and the track is a lot of fun, I would say that's Pocono for me.
Yeah.
I'd say it's tricky. It's a tricky track. Sort of what TK is saying, you know, any track like that, you hear from a lot of people that you work with or people that raced there back in the day, you know, what it's all about. But I think just for me, actually, the rolling down the driveway and seeing the sheer size of the facility, you know, it's much similar to like Indianapolis, just how big it is. And then going on track, turn 1 for the first time, was really cool. Just the banking and how fast you can go through there. You know, you're 215 mile an hour or something flat. So pretty special, man. I loved it.
Describe your Pocono experience in IndyCar.
Most of the time I was terrified. It was absolutely shocking to me. The first time I tested there, we were almost flat through 1 for most of the day, almost. And then eventually we got flat the whole way around. And it was terrifying. I mean, it'll catch your attention. If you have a moment, it happens in such a hurry there. It is, it's one of the most intense places we race.
I mean, it's one of the more unique racetracks out there, you know, especially for an oval. Well, you call it a tri-oval. So it's a lot of fun. We love going there. It's a challenge every lap.